The family of faith has to be in faith and for faith, because if they are in the law, Galatians 5:4 says, you have become alienated from Christ. You who attempt to be justified by the law have fallen from grace. So if you are alienated from Christ, you are in a stage of orphanhood. All the Protestant churches all around the world, they're part of the family, but they haven't found their father. They are in a stage of orphanhood. Until you don't find this information that I am talking about here, you are an orphan. Well, how did you feel 15, 20 years in a church, Protestant church? You were an orphan because you didn't know, first of all, that you were a spirit dressed in flesh. Let's look at it here in Hebrews 2:14, because there are verses that are unknown. Unknown for those that are in orphanhood. We know it already, but we have to read it here. For those that they gave a name before the foundation of the world, look at what verse 14 says. It says, for as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and what? Blood. So then before taking part in flesh and blood, they were what? Children. But they didn't have flesh and blood. What happens is that all of the angels that God sends, he calls them children. Because in partaking of flesh and blood, yes, right now, an angel that never took part in flesh and blood remained an angel, but an angel that was sent to the womb of a mother. So then that angel must be called a child. It changes its position. It's like you were a son, you got married, you became a father, and you had children. Now you became a grandfather, but you are the same. So an angel that takes part in flesh is no longer called an angel, it's called a child. So listen, and you know that those angels are sent. And it's interesting how God sent them. A woman asked me, says, but no, I was born in 1952. That's where I begun. God formed me completely. No, that's where God formed your embryo. But your spirit was formed thousands of years ago. But how did I get to my mother? So women, let's look to Isaiah 46. Because everything has a foundation. Let's go to the Old Covenant, where Isaiah, the favorite prophet of the Apostle Paul, that's why he mentioned him so much in the New Covenant, chapter 46, look at how they come and arrive. Say, the family of faith. One day, Isaiah had to speak like this in verse 3. Listen to me, O house of Jacob, and all the remnant of the house of Israel. Are we all here? Yes. It says, who have been upheld by me from birth. Those that have been upheld from whom? From God. And how does he bring them? Through the womb. I am the problem that puts you in that flesh. That's why he wants to communicate the gospel to us. Don't you see that when you know the gospel? God then says, now I am content because he was the one who put you into this flesh. This is the worst state of creation. Notice that God says that we know no one according to the flesh because that is useless. This is the worst state of creation. That's why we came here, to be renewed. But when we reach the fullness of knowledge to his stature, God will have no alternative. He must dress the family of faith. We must be in faith. If you are in the law, don't comb yourself. You're not going. Don't get dressed. You're not going.